Our Dark Angel by Michael Segedy. Overview. When FBI agent Richard Clark becomes involved in hunting down the leaders of a terrorist group calling itself ARC, Anarchists for Real Change, he finds himself opening old wounds that threaten to push him over the edge. Our Darker Angel begins with the FBI agent Rick Clark's investigation into a series of murders claimed to have been committed by a group of anarchists. Fighting terrorism has become a personal issue with Clark. 2 years before his daughter perished in the terrorist bombing when a group calling itself Emma discharged a C2 explosive at a political rally. The new murders bear a striking resemblance to the former killings by Emma, as they too targeted the corrupt and powerful. There is one notable difference, though. ARC seems to rely exclusively on the internet to hire low-life assassins desperate to make an easy buck. Review. This sequel to Emma, which I reviewed previously, takes all the parts of that book and retreads it with some of the even worst elements added. The plot revolves around another clear case of an alleged anarchist group being used as an excuse to execute political figures. There's even less discussion on anarchism or technology than the last book, minus some passing nods to Albert Camus. When I read the first Jack Reacher book, I had the same problem with that as I did this one. The plot turn reveal revolves around a character tied to one of the main characters who just happens to tie into the bigger plot that the author literally makes the character go outside the normal story elements to bring into the fold. There are some elements of either bad editing or time manipulation on behalf of the author that does not occur anywhere else in the book. The characters discovered murder, and then there are about 2 chapters that happens before the murder actually happens. The characters from the previous book are barely in this and really don't add anything to the plot, as mostly new characters are brought up to follow for this plot. One of the main characters reacts to a murder that is so rushed and unbelievable that it almost made me think the victim wasn't even related to the character. Just get drunk one time, and then it's back to the investigation, and you're already on a part of with no real emotional deal. The other characters brought about almost feel schizophrenic and make choices that don't follow what was already established. The amount of sex and language in this book brought up was not included in the last book, and it felt very out of place here. This isn't a James Axler series. The conclusion is so rushed. What happened in the first book too? The break in the case is discovered, and it's just a rush of the story to get to the end of the book. What little the first book offered was jettisoned in the sequel for an even more meandering plot and trivial characterization. On top of that, the book covers is ridiculous and borders on false advertising. Final grade, F.